Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. It's once again primary night in America. Tonight, the final and decisive primary in Connecticut. This one is for all the marbles and the crown, a crown made of brass rings. So let's get straight to the action in our continuing wall-to-wall coverage.
The Late Show presents the 2020 party primaries, the local access street, to the on-ramp, to the road, to the White House. Connecticut, the nutmeg state. Grate some democracy on your electoral nog. 2020.
Good evening. I will be with you all night until I'm not from the Late Show World Headquarters in Midtown Manhattan, watching the results from our neighbor to the east, Connecticut. Connecticut, of course, comes from a Mohegan Pequot word meaning land of many khakis. And tonight we learn whether Connecticut Democrats, or Connecticrats, as they have never been called, will cast their vote for frontrunner Joe Biden, or will Amy Klobuchar somehow garner the 1,984 delegates she needs to secure the nomination. It is a long shot, given that Connecticut has only 74 delegates, but only time and math will tell. Of course, we will have full CBS team coverage of this historic primary all night. No doubt my colleague Norah O'Donnell will be breaking in to report live from Manchester, Connecticut, a.k.a. Silk City, once home to the world's largest silk mill, currently home to no less than 10 different Dunkin' Donut locations. Norah, are you there? Do we have Norah? I'm told, Norah, there is no Norah. We do not have, do we have the satellite? Is the bird overhead? We do not have the bird yet. We have evidently lost Norah. She will be missed. Something to watch for in tonight's returns is Southern Connecticut, where many voters have lost power. Let's go to the Mountain Dew amped Hartford Current touchscreen. Jimmy, let's do this thing. Okay, so let's take a look at let's bring up the map. Do I touch where it says touchscreen? Or is it a, this is not, and I'm being told this is not touchscreen, which seems wrong, since I am touching it. Someone should clean that now, because that is a COVID vector right now, because I have touched it a lot. Okay. And am I being told that we have John Dickerson from New Haven? No, I'm not being told that? Or no, we don't have John, but I am being told that. No. It's neither. Is it neither or neither? Can we check on that? Let's fact check that one. Okay. Well, stick with us for results all night long. We will cover this Connecticut primary with the same breathless political horse race reporting that the media did back in February for Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. Because if we do not, it would mean our primary system is fundamentally broken and some people's votes are absolutely worthless. Oh, that's it? Oh, they are worthless. Okay, my mistake. Let's go over here. Because there's big news for the Democratic ticket in what many call the Veep stakes, but what we here at The Late Show call the Vladary Veepable Veeptucky Derb Veep Hot Dog Veeping Contest for Veep President. This afternoon, Joseph R. Biden officially announced that his running mate will be California Senator Kamala Harris, seen here realizing she gets to debate Mike Pence. The announcement came via Joe Biden's official Twitter. I have the great honor to announce that I've picked Kamala Harris, a fearless fighter for the little guy and one of the country's finest public service, as my running mate. To put that another way, who was Joe's choice?
That little girl was me.
This is an historic announcement because Harris is the first black woman and the first person of Indian descent to be nominated for national office by a major party. So Trump's going to have a hard time deciding exactly how to be racist about her. I demand to see both of her birth certificates. Now, Biden promised to pick a woman, And there was a lot of speculation that it would be a woman of color, but still, Senator Harris is a surprising choice considering just how hard she went after him. I mean, with hammer and tongs over busing, issues of racial equality. I mean, she hit him so hard, he was spitting teeth like chiclets all over the stage. It was so bad that before one of the debates, he said this.
Go easy on me, kid.
Go easy on me, kid, and I'll give you something nice like a Werther's Original or Air Force Two. Harris is going to receive a lot of scrutiny because Joe Biden has a chronic condition doctors call old. And the candidate himself has said he wouldn't seek re-election if his health declined and has called himself a transition candidate. That's right, I'm a transition candidate, not just because these bad boys turn darker in the sun. It's like magic. 23 skidoo. Solid, Jackson. So, that's it. Biden has his running mate. Now the only question left is, how will this affect the Connecticut primary? Nora, your thoughts? I mean, she's still not there? She's dropping the ball. She's Nora. Let me know if she shows up. Meanwhile, temporary President Trump gave an interview today to conservative radio host and skeleton dressing up as a man for Halloween, Hugh Hewitt. Trump has spent the last month saying that Joe Biden is a drooling idiot who couldn't pass an animal shapes test, but he still thinks the bar for Biden's debate performance is way too low.
You know the way it is, the fake news. If he stands up and if he is able to breathe and if he's able to walk off the platform, they'll say it was one of the greatest debate performances in history.
Okay, maybe it's unfair, but it's your own damn fault, Mr. President. Thanks to the way you shanked the coronavirus response, we all just applaud anytime we see an old man walk or breathe. Then Trump shifted gears on the issue on everyone's mind, whether or not the New England Patriots' Bill Belichick is a good coach.
Belichick is an incredible coach, and I think he's going to do really well. This guy just knows how to win, and he's a very good friend of mine. He's a winner. You know, if I ever had a military battle, I'd call up Belichick and say, what do you think? What do you think? Give me a couple of ideas.
First of all, you do have a military battle. It's called the war in Afghanistan, you numbnut. And second, I know that football is often described with military terms, but you can't win an actual battle by deflating your bombs. Though I gotta say, he could have made a worse choice than Belichick. We're under enemy attack. General Goya Beans, Admiral My Pillow Guy, what are your orders? Speaking of El Presidente, there was a troubling moment yesterday at the White House when, just minutes after Trump started his press briefing, this happened.
New record in NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones are going to be, I mean, the way they're going, it looks like they're just about going to be topping records, hopefully soon. Excuse me?
Now, at the time, no one knew what was happening, but if you listen to the enhanced audio, you can hear what they urgently needed to tell the president.
Hopefully soon. Excuse me?
The liquid is back.
Obviously, we're joking. The fact is, we're not entirely clear what happened. What we do know is that a man was shot 2 blocks from the White House by the Secret Service, and he's in the hospital now. But once the situation was all clear, Trump came back and continued the important work of saying absolute nonsense about the pandemic.
Nobody's ever seen anything like this. The closest thing is in 1917, they say, right? The great pandemic certainly was a terrible thing where they lost anywhere from 50 to 100 million people. Probably ended the Second World War. All the soldiers were sick.
Did he just say World War II ended in 1917? Is there just a big pile of ping pong balls in his head like one of those lotto barrels and different historical facts just pop up at random? In 1917, the Spanish flu ended World War II, and Lee Harvey Oswald walked on the moon with Cher. That's where she got the idea for Moonstruck.
the more you know.
Also, setting aside the extremely wrong timeline, Trump thinks the war ended because all the soldiers got sick.
Yep, everybody was so sick there was nobody left to kill. Perhaps the greatest tragedy of all.
There's some maybe possibly good-ish news about the coronavirus out there because we found out today Russia has registered the world's first COVID-19 vaccine. Now, we don't have a lot of details yet, but since it's a vaccine from Putin's government, I assume it's administered via sushi. Now, we better come up with our own vaccine pretty fast because Americans will not do anything to stop the spread of coronavirus. Take the giant motorcycle rally in Sturgis, South Dakota. Yesterday, I told you all that despite concerns over the coronavirus, the 10 days of hot hog-on-hog action is going strong with upwards of 250,000 bikers who are reportedly completely ignoring social distancing guidelines. You can see what unfolds in the upcoming movie, Wild Hogs 2, Rest in Peace. We also just found out that 90s chart darlings Smash Mouth played to a packed, unmasked crowd at Sturgis, and their lead singer had this message for the crowd. Also, screw that polio rubbish, am I right? Grow a pair, Roosevelt. All right, who wants to hear that one song from Shrek? Some. But Smash Mouth isn't the only major band entertaining the bikers because tonight, for one show only, Sturgis is playing host to 21st Century Mega Rock All-Stars and friends of the show, Flaw! Now, I feel partially responsible for this because you'll remember in 2018, I brought Flaw on my show to give them a much-needed touring van. Yeah, if it wasn't for my generosity, Flaw wouldn't be playing tonight at the Iron Horse Saloon on Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota. And they sure wouldn't be playing in August at the Lookout Lounge in Omaha, Nebraska, or at the Rhythm City Casino Resort in Davenport, Iowa. Honestly, they still might not. The van I gave them was in pretty bad shape, and this christening did not help. I hereby christen this van Flaw! But for Pete's sake, Flaw, we're in the middle of a pandemic. America looks to you for leadership. Chris Voles on vocals, Rob Buderarf on guitar, George's Octobus on drums, and on bass, say it with me, touring position. I'm going to be generous here and say you guys did not think this one through. If only there had been some clue that Flaw would ever make a mistake. We've got a great show for you tonight. I'll be talking to the star of Ozark, Laura Linney, but when we come back, we'll continue to monitor the situation with the all-important Connecticut primary and, meanwhile,